about food because I'm starving. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't eat enough today for some reason. I'm like hungry. Ready to eat myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are on. No, now we're on YouTube. Hi, hello, everybody. Welcome. I just did 4. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. Music crackers. I just done 4 shows in a row. So forgive me, everybody. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. This is the GHB Spotlight and Recap Show. Your favorite show here on, literally your favorite show here on JLJ Media, my online network. I'm the JLJ of JLJ Media, James Lott Jr. And I'm not here alone, of course. It is the queen of SoapCon Live that had their first live yesterday, Miss Lacretia Lyon.
That is me, guys. So yeah, check me out and check out soapconlive.com. You can see GH, One Life to Live, all As the World Turns. I almost called it All My Children. Well, we have Ava LaRue and Jacob Young there as well. So there's All My Children stuff too. Yes. It's a good old time. It's the first Comic Con for soaps.
Yes. And down below where he belongs.
That's right.
Frank Moran. Hello, Frank.
Hi, guys.
He's like, are you drinking your water today?
That is.
Your special water.
This is strawberry knee-high flavor enhancer.
That's so interesting. Oh my god, it's so interesting. I like strawberry drinks. I like strawberry drinks.
Oh yeah, it's gross. Even the Topo Chico seltzer, which is like the only good of the seltzers. Sorry guys, White Claw, all of it tastes fake. But Topo Chico, theirs are good, but the strawberry guava is awful because it tastes fake.
I love it. Thank God the doors are finally up. We've been waiting in line to get in. Yes, we're here. We're here.
The velvet ropes.
The velvet ropes. The step repeats. What was I going to say? Oh, my spiel, of course. This is JLJ. This is GHB Spotlight. It's Soap Sunday. Days of Our Lives. We're finishing up shortly over there. Audition day. Say hello to our friends over there. They're doing that on their channel. Earlier today, we had the Wide Army Spotlight, and we talked about Carla Mosley, our friends of the show, showing up as Amanda on Young and the Restless, and made people think about Maya on Bold and Beautiful.
So you talked about the good parts, not the Adam is a hero yet again.
As I said. So that too, of course.
If me and my mom both like, if he donates a kidney, we're out. Like,
I know. Story. We talked about that's his redemption story. Yes, exactly. That's out now. So yeah, listen to this on all streaming platforms. We also talked about the handsome 10-pack that Lawrence St. Victor has as Carter on Bold and the Beautiful, and how him and Rena Sofer on this show as Lois, who plays Quinn. Now they're called Quarter. That is their name. We're all for it.
Fire.
Oh my God. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. It was hot. It was a mature love story kind of thing. At the love scene, it was foreplay. It was raw. That's out now too. Bold and Beautiful Me Spotlight and Recap. That is out here on JLJ Media. And we talked about Lacretia Lyon on the Forever and a Day. No,
you talked about me on stuff.
Yes, Forever and a Day after show, the season finale. We had a supersized 90-minute show we did. I was on it, and others talking about why the show came to be, why it's on the network, what are we doing? And he mentioned, Leighton and Caitlin and all that.
Yeah, my big gay storyline.
The big gay storyline, all the lesbians. And that's out now too, so you can watch that too. And after this, me and Josh Alonzo, who used to do our engineering at AfterBuzz. We're talking about punk music, new wave. And early
sex and violence.
Exactly, we're doing all that.
I like punk songs like that. Yeah,
we love that. On Extra Connections at 8 p.m. here is me and him talking about the good old days. Even though he wasn't born, I was, but he likes the music. So we talk about that, the early days in the 80s here in LA when I was a young kid running around doing things I shouldn't be doing. So that's all out, and you can check out all of our audio dramas on this channel. And like Lucretia's in one, she's in Forever and a Day. Frank's in a couple. We're doing a bunch. We have like 11 of them out right now, and more coming. So check all those out when you're just wherever you find your audio dramas and podcasts. Make sure to say, and there's a new Forever and a Day book that's out for the Magnifier Part 2. It's out now. See what they're talking about on that too. I think it's all those sorts of. And on a sad note, I just want to give because we all got our start at AfterBuzz. Real mother passed away. Lynn said she finally passed away from the brain tumor. She lived a lot longer than she was supposed to.
Oh yeah.
But she died on Greek Easter, and they're Greek, so Nesty, as they say in Greek. And so I shout out to People Magazine. I got a text from someone else also. So shout out to Maria, Kevin, and the family. I know how tough that must be. So we all got to start AfterBuzz. Oh, speaking of AfterBuzz, if you're looking for old episodes of the show, you won't find them there. So what's going to happen is I'm going to upload some of them, the ones we did interviews with and stuff, and upload them on this show. The ones with Frank and Carla, I wasn't there, so I don't have any of those episodes. But I've done. I know I didn't download those.
Yeah.
But it happened that I downloaded all of ours. So AfterBuzz TV has gotten rid of their channels and they're getting rid of their videos. So some people say, I was looking for an old episode. Well, don't worry, I'm going to upload them at some point, and you'll be able to see and watch all those.
And if you don't have the one with Tanya Walker, I think I uploaded that one because I didn't do like you. I didn't back them all up. But I do have that one because I used a piece of it to explain something on my podcast. So yeah, like if you want to add that, I'll have that. I was like, oh, that reminded me. I have that one. So if you don't have it.
Good. I don't have it. I only did the 805 hours that I did it after.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, and that was me. I was like, I don't want to download all of this.
You guys did a lot of stuff. No, yeah, you did a lot of stuff. Frank did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Saying that most of it's gone now. So it's
wow.
That's how it is. So no warning or anything. But I just happen to download my stuff. So every show I've done, Impastor, Mysteries of Laura, Zoo, I have all the Shark Tank, I have all those. So I'll be uploading some of those.
Yeah. I don't have my beautiful moment with Bright and James about Steve Burton, but that's what it is. You know.
Yes, but Frank and Carla, they're dead now. So you won't know anything they did on their shows. They're all wiped out. That's it.
Well, I'm glad the Mystery of Laura fans will still have a chance.
Yeah. I love that show.
Thank goodness.
I love that show. Shit. Love that. God bless America. Anyway, that's just enough of that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out because I have all my notes. I have 2 pages. I'm trying to decide where I want to start. So I'm going to start where I effing feel like it.
All right, that's spirit.
That's spirit. Carly, Ava, and Laura working together. I'm like, yes, I'm here for it. It makes sense. How do you guys feel?
I love it because it is what it is, guys. Whether we like Carly or not, whether this is your favorite Carly or whatever, this is our Carly. And you just got to suck it up or move on. And, you know, so it is what it is. But you know that Ava is my girl. And it made total sense and shows that Ava is the best person over this. Like, I mean, she's no Olivia, but it's one of those where it's like, no, Ava is the better person in her and Carly's rivalry because she's like, no, he's messing with Avery and you're going to have a problem with this too. So let's work together. And this is because they both love Avery, and everything to me has gone right with the way that Ava has portrayed this. She told Nicholas her concerns when Laura told her concerns, when she, you know, because she is real friends with Laura. I like that. And I like that they're kind of on the same page usually. And then we have the fact that it's like they're good friends because they love Nicholas. And Ava was just being a supportive wife. Ava's never been a wife before. So it's nice to see that she's actually good at it. But she loves Nicholas, but he's messing with her girls. So she's like, let's work together to stop this for Nicholas and for Avery. And I'm all for it.
Frank?
Yeah, no, it's a nice turn. And, you know, I agree with Lacretia that, you know, I find it hard pressed to see Carly doing the same thing in her situation that Ava did with hers. I mean, the turnaround with Ava has been so great. They've done so many great things with that character. And I feel like there are few people that Ava respects, but I feel like with many people in Port Charles, like Laura is there at the top of the list. So it's always great to see those two working together. And so you throw Carly in the mix, that should be interesting. I mean, I don't know if I needed Carly's thing. You know, I don't know if I trust you, but if you're really looking at this, shut up, Carly. Yeah. Shut up.
I know.
That was a bit much.
That's a bit much. I agree with you. No, I agree with you guys. I think it's a good turn. I think it's true. It's true. I think because when Cyrus was like picked up that picture of Avery, Ava was like, oh no, MF.
No.
No. We ain't doing this. She was like, nuh-uh. She was like, no, and then she went right over to Carly. Okay, we gotta figure this out because her face. She turned at us and she was like, "Ooh, no, you don't." No, she knows he means business. She is not playing. She's like, I'm not playing with this. And I love what she said. Use me to my best advantage. Like, you know, I'm self-centered. Let me use me. Like, what do you need from me? Because I get kind of like, if you think we're gonna rescue you, it's just like, it's not about me, bitch. Like, I'm not saying.
I love that line.
Me
She's
too.
like, no, this is about Avery. Yeah,
exactly. It's about Avery. It's like, I'm gonna do it me. I'm trying to. Carly just gets my nerves.
Yeah,
but
has shown time and time again that she could take care of herself, Carly. Don't get all up on that because you act like you're the big strong bitch, but you're still all Jason.
Exactly. And that's why I just love that Avery was like, and then Laura's like, she right. This bitch is right. You know, you can use her help. You can use her help. And I thought it was very organic. It didn't seem forced or like, why are you throwing them together? It actually kind of works. And actually, early in the week, we had a little moment where Britt and Carly came together.
Oh yeah.
Jason. And that was kind of like, it was a moment too. But, okay, people, tell me this. Come on, folks. Britt, you're a schemer. You've done all kind of shit in your life. You're gonna tell me you don't notice some people that are kind of extra folks walking around, kind of lurking as they're trying to mop the floor. I'm like, there's some stuff going on.
Hold on. The way she winked at him, I think she thought he was a hire for that. I don't think she thought he was Cyrus. I think she thought it was Carly.
Okay.
And because I've heard some other people say that, but I was like, because it was like one little moment, it's sort of like with Cyrus over the Finn and Jackie conversation where it's like, yeah, trust me, guys, Finn isn't Chase's dad. But it's and I understand a lot of y'all fast forward, especially with certain characters around. I get it. But there's like, because there's split seconds of stuff like that. And I was like, oh no, Britt was like, yeah, because she thought he was in on it. And I think that was it. So it's not that she's dumb. She thinks he's a part of it and thinks that's going to help. She doesn't think, what's up with this guy? Because I love my Britta.
Well, I love Britta, but I think it's going to go south. Of course, it's not going to go smoothly. I mean, we know that, right? It's not going to go smoothly. I mean, no, it would be General Hospital. Carly is impulsive, impetuous.
Yeah,
it's not going to go smoothly. Not at all.
Carly is who she is, guys. Like,
she is. She yells every scene.
Come on, Jason. I mean, yeah.
I'm just like, should never. I know they'll never come on the show because I talk so much shit about them. They're not come on the show, so I have nothing to lose at this point. But after a while, I'm like, turn the volume down. It's a little much for me in those scenes.
Yeah. I would be happy for them to push forward on this because I can do without another scene of Carly and Jason. Like, Carly, we're not doing this. You've got to. We tried it your way. Now we got to try it my way. You got to trust me. Okay, we got it.
I love that both Frank and I have done our Carlys. James, it's your turn. You have to raise your voice and say Jason.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
But
Liz
Britt and Jason.
Liz and Britt. Well, that was a moment.
I actually love that. And again, I know that people don't like this, but whatever. Sometimes people need to be protected. Get over it. And some of you that have a problem, you're in that camp. So get over it. Britta was trying to protect Liz. That was her point. And she doesn't want Liz involved in this because Liz is a mother. Liz has people that count on her. Get over it. Like, seriously, I am so done. And you can label it however you want, but sometimes people are trying to do the right thing. And when it's a woman trying to help another woman, let's celebrate the fact that that's an actual thing because it's rare.
I have to say, I'm a little over. I probably won't get any awards for this either. Cameron. I love William Lipton. I do. I love him. I love him as an actor. I love him. But I don't know. I'm getting tired of the same storyline beat. It's not his fault, obviously. He's playing whatever they're telling him to. But it's kind of, okay, we get it. You think Jason did it? We have, like, how many times do we need to see this confrontation? I'm like, I'm over it.
Well, they did the same thing, too, with Trina and Curtis. You know?
Yeah, they just love to overplay the drama with the kids, with the one person they're mad at, because it's like, yeah, they're kids. It's like, yeah, and this is understandable because they're kids. But we have adults who act like this too on the show and in real life, and it ain't cute. Like with the kids, we can get over it because we get it. Like they are, they're teenagers. They're hormonal, they're single-minded or whatever. But these actors, they're better than that. So give them better material. Let's let them work through this. Let's not put them in a box.
It's like, like another scene of that, and Liz having to talk to him, and he's mad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over that now. I'm like, I get it. And I love that Josh is like not taking crap from him. She's like, I'm just over this whole thing too. Like, whatever. But I was like, I just think we need to play some more different beats with him. That's just getting on my nerves.
Do we think we're headed for a Joss drug storyline? Speaking of Joss, because like the way they were setting it up with her wanting to push through, and the way that Cyrus's storyline is, it's like, because to me, Eden can do it, and Joss is 18. Eden will be 18 soon. Yeah. And they typically wait till they're adults to start doing these hard-hitting storylines like they did with Kristen Alderson and Kimberly McCullough and people like that. It's like, are we headed down that path with Josh? Because Eden can do it, and you see that they're taking these liberties with Cameron, and you'll see that they'll probably do that with Trina as well. You know, they are growing up. Are we going to see more grown-up storylines?
That'd be interesting. I know she can do it. I know she can do it.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind. Drugs. I don't know. I haven't thought that angle. I just know that I don't think she hurt herself. That's a possible thing. Obviously, that would give her some media material. I don't know. I don't know. Frank.
It's one of those in the abstract. I don't mind the story, but having to just tell me that it happened, and that's cool. That I just know that about Josslyn. I don't think I actually want to watch it. I don't want to watch it just because it's just it's going to be just drawn out and just not written very well. And I know I'll be here venting to you guys about how just wrap this up already, please.
Frank, you would do that no matter what.
Yes, so just
it doesn't matter.
Just let Eden have a vacation for like a month or two, and then come back and say, oh yeah, she had this terrible drug thing, and now she's been in rehab, and now she's fine now. So okay, great. We know it's part of her backstory. Great.
That's hilarious. Yeah. We'll see what they do with that one. But there's a lot of hospital happenings. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's called General Hospital. And so I'm glad that's actually hospital happenings. And we also have the other hospital we have, Jax is fine. Who cares about that? Okay. Let's go back to the other story.
Jax.
So let's go back to the other thing. So Chase survived, almost coded out, survived. Homeboy, Anna gets the antidote, and Jax. Now we got Elizabeth staring at Finn like he's crazy. And when Finn told her to stop it or whatever, I was like, ooh, okay. I was like, her face was like, oh, excuse me, you're telling me like you're just, and he was like, leave it alone or something like that, or let it go. And I was like, oh. I was like, wow, go on, Finn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting with. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
Well, with this one, Peter sets up these rules of you can't tell anybody that I poisoned Chase or you don't get the antidote. But how does he expect any doctor to take just a vial of unknown medicine from somebody, from Anna? Oh yeah, here's a vial, just use it. I can't tell you anything about it, but just use it. So how does Peter think that this is going to be still a secret?
Well, my thing is, why is Elizabeth getting attitude though? It's like, so he saved his son. I'm like, what the fuck do you care about? Like, why are you getting attitude? It's like, just be supportive. Like her being so just like, oh my God, what's going on? What do you do? What do you do?
They're setting up their again, guys, I told you this before Franco died. I saw the writing on the wall. I hate to be that guy, but this is happening whether you like it or not. And they have the chemistry. They are going full speed ahead for Elizabeth and Finn, and it is what it is.
I don't want them together.
That brings Hayden back. This is, or at least this is the Mrs.
Okay, yes.
If they get together, Hayden comes back and is like, "What the f are you doing with my sister and my kid?"
That's true.
Whatever brings Rebecca Budding back. Just guys, let's just face it. I'm gonna be like the people on social media. If you don't like this, then you don't like Rebecca Budding, and you don't want her back. Okay, that's just that's the fake me going at it. This sets up for her. For the love of God, let it set up for her. But it is what it is with Finn and the whole. What's interesting to me is that this was initially written as Gregory, and Yeah, because that's what this, some of the indicators had is that it was supposed to be Gregory, and I think he was supposed to be killed off, but I think they're going to keep the chases around.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I forget the art chases. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I know. There's Hamilton Finn, but he took his mother's name because you're like, oh
Yeah.
wait, it's Gregory Chase, and then Jackie
and
Templeton,
also
and,
saying Harry all the time. Harry.
yeah.
I forgot about that. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah, because it was always supposed to affect him, but like Finn, but they rewrote it as Chase. But again, who knows? Who knows what's happening there? Because I do know they've changed some things around from their initial thoughts there.
And I'm just like, I don't want them together. And of course, the other favorite couple that they're pushing together. You know which one I'm talking about? Dante and Sam.
Yeah, pushing together. Yeah, pushing together is an understatement. I mean, because this is honestly some people's last leg. And I know that some people want this to work, and it's not unheard of because, as people will point out, Liz and Franco shared a brother. But again, Stephen Lars versus the Davis girls and how close that family is a little different. But that's not the icky part. The icky part is Sam. Let's face it. We don't like Sam, and we don't care who she's paired with. We don't like her.
Not a fan.
Frank?
It is. I think what I'm tired of, and maybe I'm just tired of this trope on soaps in general, is that anytime that a man and a woman are in a conversation that aren't romantically paired, some third party will always come in. What's going on with this conversation? Like, who cares? It's just two people talking. Hey, back off.
Why is Olivia suspicious? Olivia's like, what do you guys do? What are you doing? Like, they're just talking. Like, what? I mean,
yes.
Well, to be fair, when they're talking, it's like suddenly Sam is trying to fuck him. I mean, excuse my French, but to be fair to Olivia, like, she ain't wrong where it's like something's going on here, and it's because of the way that certain people are acting. And it is what it is, and I guess that is acting because that is the way that the storyline appears to be going. But let's face it, Olivia ain't cray. That she's the sanest person on the show. Let's face it. So if she's saying something, something's there.
But the weird thing though is that, I mean, I could see why Sam, sure, she's done with Jason. She's wants to see what else is out there. But they really haven't done anything with Dante in terms of changing feelings about Lulu, or like saying, oh, well, who knows if she'll ever come out of this coma. I can't live like this. I've got to move on with my life. We've laid no groundwork with that with Dante at all. So, it'll seem weird to get Dante from that place to be like, yeah, I'll be in a relationship with Sam.
Well, I think they were slow building this for a reason, because maybe it won't actually happen. I don't know, because who knows? I do hope fans will stick to their word and being like, we love core characters and we love core families. Yeah, what about the Spencers? Luke and Laura had 2 kids, Lucky and Lulu, and y'all act like they had the plague. You may not like all the portrayals and you may not like all the actors, but it ain't about you ultimately. And if you really believe in the core families and the core characters, they're it. And that whether it's Lucky or Lulu or both that come back, these characters need to be back. They certainly have a more place here than Sam. I mean, because Alexis has 3 daughters, and the other 2, we just like them more.
Yeah. It's I'm done with that story. So we got Dante and Olivia and Brooklyn. I love this part of the storyline. They connected the dots for us. They did connect the dots.
Yep.
They went through the whole process. I appreciate that, actually. Amanda Seton being back, I forgot how much I liked her as Brooklyn.
She's so good.
I liked Brianna. She was good too, but this one, she's just so good. And she's so natural as Brooklyn. But when Dante called out Olivia, and she had that look like, excuse me, I'm the mother here, not you. I mean, because it was like, you're setting up the parallel, which I love this, of how because Brooklyn was part of that, she hid Leo from Julian. And Brooke goes, remember, you gave me Leo to watch. Like, hello, bitch. I with the scheme. And Dante's like, and yeah, bitch, you kept me away from Sonny all those years. So it's like, you should understand, even though it's just funny, it's all fake baby in the first place, they don't know this.
Oh, yeah.
But minus that, I mean, Dante's kind of right. They're kind of right with Olivia. I know you have a moral compass. We love you for it. But you can't really say anything in this instance, you can't say shit.
Well, this is why we love Olivia, though, is she is the moral compass, and she really is the best character in a lot of ways in that way. But she's not perfect. No one is perfect on this soaps. And Olivia is a complicated character, and she's done some fucked up shit too. Like let's face it.
Yep.
And this is one of them. Because I think we can all agree that Julie and Sonny are crap parents, and they are people that logically you should keep your kid away from. But even Olivia and Dante, they deal with Valentine on a daily basis, and they're like, look, for all the stuff he's done, that's not who he is now, and he is a good dad, and even they're trying to reason. But Brooklyn and Dante have every right to question that, because it's like, well, it's not like you had kids with the pinnacle of health either, and so what are you talking about? Like, this is what's so good on soaps, when you're like, I see everyone's point of view and I like it. Whether you're on one person's side or not is irrelevant. Everyone has a point.
Do we need a new Lulu? I mean, someone in the chat just asked, is there we're gonna get a new Lulu? I mean, do we?
Yeah,
need
I'm sorry. Like, Lulu is needed. I mean, how do I say this? If we didn't have characters like Sam, then okay, yeah, I could see maybe not needing a Lulu. But when you have characters that have really run their course, it's kind of wrong.
Okay. Frank, how do you feel about a Lulu bringing maybe a recast or bringing her back? Or
I'd be fine whichever way they wanted to go, as long as she was written better.
Okay, I agree with that.
And I mean, and we've talked a lot about how she just doesn't really, it's hard to see the Spencer and Lulu a lot. So, and I mean, considering that she was raised somewhat most of her life, more so by Luke than Laura, since Laura was, in her comatose vegetative state. So, it's just like, I want to see more of that side of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer and Lulu are just more necessary than some of the other people. I mean, most notably Sam, but I'm sure there are others. Feel free.
I mean, this, I don't know, the Brooklyn Maxie part of the storyline. I mean, and maybe it's only because, like, I think anybody with a brain in their heads saw where the storyline was going.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it just took them forever for us to get to this point. So
Yeah,
I can only imagine like how long it's going to take for all these revelations to happen.
Well, how do I say this? Let's just say the Maxie part of it wraps up soon. I mean, she's very pregnant. With what I know is that part, the pregnancy and the switching of babies, will be wrapping up soon because of how pregnant Maxie is with Brooklyn involved. But I do like the fact that they mentioned Lulu, and that's what's such a shame is, do we have a Lulu on the horizon? Because it was right for them to mention their issues where in regards to Lulu as Maxie's frenemy and Brooklyn's frenemy, but certainly different relationships there. But I do love the fact that Britta is involved and the history there, as Britt was the one who carried Rocco and all that. And so I do enjoy this. And this is why Lulu being gone is not as big of an issue, because it's brought up. But when do we get Lulu back? Because it's brought up so much. She has to be here. It's just like with the Finn and Liz. It's going to happen, but it's going to happen for Hayden to come back, right? Everything seems like a setting to bring these people back. And who knows? Maybe they're just waiting for some other people to leave.
Like I said, I like this whole thing. And I actually really, Maxie almost brought me to tears. I actually liked the scene when she was just kind of going off, talking about her situation with Brooklyn. But they had a real conversation. Brooklyn is real. She's like, yeah, I am self-centered. Yeah, this works out for me. But she goes, but I'm the best. This is the best plan. Like Frank said, we knew it was going to happen. So I was just waiting for them to get there. And so once they got there, I was like, this all makes sense to me. It wasn't out of character. They trade on their history. You said brought up Lulu. And she said, what do you think what Lulu would say to you? He's like, Lulu would tell me that, She knows it's the best plan. I can picture Lulu saying it's just the best plan, girl. Like, you know, we got to do it. So I appreciate all of that. And I just thought, but Kirsten Storms is like a hidden gem. She really can pull it out. Even crappy storylines, even like she knows how to kind of pull it out.
Yeah, she gives 110%, even when her storyline has been shit for the last few years. Let's face it, guys. I mean, we're with you. But she has the class and the talent to give 110% every time. And that's why I'm so glad that they're giving her better material. And I don't mind if it's the Maxie show. Maxie is a character that's earned her place on this show. She has BJ's heart of all people. She's Frisco and Felicia's daughter and Max as well. She's Robin's sister. She's Anna's, niece, all of this. Maxie is a character we should be centered around. Sorry, it is what it is. And this stuff with Britta and with Brooklyn, it's all about history. That's why I don't mind this one bit. It's like, it is a good story. It is a soap staple.
It's a soap staple. I so much don't like it. I'm just telling you, this is soapy goodness. It's what baby switches happen all the time. But it's not a regular baby switch like this. It's like this. Literally, they know that there's no other baby.
Yeah.
So it's just this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when my boy Valentine is the pawn in this, and I still like it, guys. No,
yes,
sorry. It's good. Like, it is what it is. If anyone can protect that baby, it's Valentine. And that's one thing that Brooklyn was smart about. Yeah. And with Maxie too, because as they've seen, he protected Maxie above his own work when it came to outing Peter when he realized it. He was like, nope, I'm going to protect you and I'm going to protect the baby. And yeah, it is what it is. Even though he's unwittingly doing it, it all makes sense. And it's not, sadly, it doesn't happen that often on soaps where it all makes sense. But this does.
Yeah, but as usual with Brooklyn's plans, it'll all blow up in her face.
Yeah.
And so Valentine's gonna be furious, and I'm sure there's ELQ is gonna pay the price.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's how they go.
Sharon and Alexis in prison. I had to laugh because I'm like, this don't happen for real.
Yeah, no. Co-ed prisons.
Yeah, I get to go because I'm looking for certain books over here. I'm like, dramatic license, obviously, but it's nice seeing them together. And they're now in-laws. They dated, and now they're in-laws. Kind of, I totally forgot about that until they said it. But they kind of talked about their past, and I remember, Sean and Alexis were cute together for a minute. They didn't continue that.
Yeah, they were a hot pairing. I like that, and I like that they had that nod, even though it was stupid. Because again, guys, like with the Ryan Chamberlain and Nell, like we were willing to just go it because it was wrapping crap up. But with this, it's like, really, we're really going like full on prison story here with them, and there's no way they would let male inmates interact with female inmates in the library.
No,
they're not even on the same property.
No, and like that's so just whatever. But I'm going to say this because I am the Black person on the panel. General Hospital has always teased interracial romances, and never fully go there. Sean was a viable lead man back when he was on. They tested him around different people, him and Carly for a minute, and he was tested around, and they ultimately put him with the Black person. I always thought, why? I mean, him and Alexis should have. Why didn't they work out? Like, why didn't they work out? And later on with Andre and Anna, they didn't go fully.
Oh yeah.
So General Hospital, these folks have chemistry. They look good together. Other shows do it. Do it too. That's okay. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't an interracial marriage. I wouldn't even be here.
Well, you look at like TJ and Molly, and they're like, "Look, we're doing this." It's like, yeah, but you never.
They were on.
Them. Yeah, and that's.
Who are they?
And I love that they have like story for them when they do, but like do better. Like I'm with you, James, because like we say, we were all fans of Andre and Anna, and we wanted them together. It's so stupid that it's 2021, but sadly, a lot of soap fans, I hate to say it, you guys are part of the problem, because I see the comments you make about Days of Our Lives, and I see the comments you make about certain stuff, and you do better. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, it's 2021. It's fine to have gay storylines. It's fine to have interracial storylines. Guess what? The world ain't so white.
I said I would not be
Yeah.
here. Literally would not be here if there was an interracial marriage. I mean, I would not be here, folks. I'm telling you. My kids wouldn't be here. My grandkids wouldn't be here. Like, it's just like, you just get over it, folks. It's just really stupid. If people have chemistry, it shouldn't matter what the coloring is. It should matter if they have chemistry. That's what it should be on, especially on a soap.
Yeah.
And that's my little rant there. But
oh yeah, I don't even like Bold that much, but I wanted to tune in for Carter and Quinn because they're hot, guys.
it was good. They were hot. It was good. But yeah, but it's so anyways, so seeing Sean and Alexis talk and revisit, I said I'll suspend disbelief. I'll suspend all the other stuff. It was cute seeing them together discussing stuff. Nice to see what you're right. So I guess it answers our question. We were all kind of wondering in the chat last week, us, Frank, you, everybody. They're doing a prison storyline. We're going to see her continuously because her and Nicholas talked. They'll find he came to visit her. They find so I mean, this is going. I mean, her and Valentine talked. Talked. I mean,
I love their relationship, by the way, and I love that they remembered how close her and Nicholas were because they really hadn't shared many scenes with her as Marcus as Nicholas. And it makes sense that the Cassidines are the ones that are there for her, or the non-Cassidines like Valentine. But yeah, he's been the best friend to her because they don't have that history, but they have been there for one another. So, I mean, of course, I love all scenes with Valentine, but I'll talk about something else. The prison stuff, I joked about this on my podcast, and I joked about this before, but maybe Alexis would understand Christina a little bit more if she had some prison romance.
Oh, girl. She's a little long in the tooth. Why not? Go on, girl. Go to the other side.
Or you're black.
Okay.
I mean, with Nicholas, though, I mean, it was nice to see the conversation between Nicholas and Alexis, but like Nicholas is part of the storyline for as much as he says, oh, Cyrus doesn't know, you know, he doesn't want to cross me or see how formidable I really am. Like, well, I don't know. Since you come back, Nicholas, you haven't been really formidable. I mean, the best thing you did was find, Cyrus's mom and get her out of there. That was probably the best thing he's done. But his coming back was all just haphazard. Everything with Ava's been haphazard. So, you know, yeah, I think Cyrus has got your number, Nicholas. I would love to see him show off how formidable he is as a Cassidine, but I don't know if the show's going to give us that opportunity.
So I will. People are randomly mentioning interesting couples over the years. GH. So let me break them down for you. Nicholas and Gia didn't last that long. Jason and Kisa didn't last that long. Ethan and Maya didn't last that long. And you're right, they were great.
Hot. Yeah,
They're all hot, but they didn't last that
I was like, all of them were good. That's what I was like.
You're absolutely right. Tom and Simone Hardy back in the 80s, they didn't last that long. I'm just telling you, I agree with you guys, they were all wonderful, didn't last that long. Someone in another chat I did the other day was like, they wanted to see Cyrus and Jordan get together.
Oh, I was like looking for Cyrus and Bobby, like, you know, Laura's brother with,
brother, sister-in-law.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, that would be more interesting. Cyrus and Jordan, I think he's got a little bit of a crush on her, almost like he does his sister, because he almost talks to Jordan like he does with Laura. There's this weird obsession there, and Jordan is hot, but I would like. If it wasn't for Britt, I'd pick Jordan and Jason because they have chemistry. But yeah, I'm good with her and Taggart. I think they're cute.
Yeah, Nancy's not off the show. Yeah, she's not off the show. So I'm saying that they're literally going. Yeah. We were wondering if they're going to show an actual prison storyline. Literally, that's what they're doing. Apparently, they're showing it. So.
Well, like when they did with Julian, Ava, Franco, and Sonny were all in prison too. They do these periodically on GH and Days. I mean.
Something will happen where she'll get out early. She's not going to serve the full 3 years there.
No. In soap terms, kids age like 16 years and 3 years. Did they really think prison's going to take that long?
No, not at all. Here we on there. They're like, but so she's in there. I have to make a little notice. When Brooklyn was on the phone and she called her grandparents, I forgot about Lord Larry. Oh, what a great call throwback. I almost wish she was there. But when she called Tracy, that was hilarious. That
was Granny.
But she called her Lord Larry. I was like, that is her grandfather. Totally forgot about that.
Lord Bitcoin.
Well, Bitcoin. And I was I chuckled. I thought it was kind of funny. I still
You
know.
guys don't have any Bitcoin?
I don't even know what that is. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. I don't know what
Oh
that is.
yeah, invest in Dogecoin, guys.
There you go. There you
Just
go.
saying. I listen to Elon Musk.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I go. Yeah. So that was I thought that was kind of fun. And again, Anna and Maxie try to have a little talk, and then they had to work it out. They had to do the performance.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm glad that Anna just came clean with Maxie as well.
Yes.
So I'm just like, yeah, there's too many parts of the storyline that that don't work if Anna just is completely like, I can't tell anybody in this storyline. So
I have to tell you, this part of the storyline makes me just chuckle. It's Peter again. My favorite, Peter August, Heinrich Faison. His delivery still just makes me laugh every time. Him talking to, because he's so tall also, because he's really tall in real life. So this is that anyway. But his delivery when he's talking to Valentine, I mean, it's a cartoon. I guess it's like, yeah, I'm winning, and you think you're there. And it's like, what? I mean, why are you talking like that? I was like, this is crazy. I find Cyrus more menacing and bothersome than I do Peter.
Because what Cyrus does so well, and this is like kudos to Jeffrey Cover, because he's always played like a good cult leader and stuff too, like on all the many shows I watch. But he smiles, and it's when he smiles where he's the most menacing, because he enjoys like when they're crapping on him. He enjoys just messing with people, and it really and I don't really understand some of the ire towards Cyrus. It's like, yeah, he's the villain and you're not supposed to root for him. But Jeffrey Cover is a great villain. Cyrus is a great villain. Making him Laura's brother, all of this is good. And that's just what I'll say.
I know. But just for Peter for a second, the delivery just kills me. No, I told you, everybody, I'm all in for bad Peter.
Evil Peter works. Yeah.
Evil Peter. I'm telling you, it works. It's just that delivery something like it's a little cartoonish. Like, oh my goodness, I want
with Scotty and Ulbrich, that was good. Like to me, it was just like that was so smooth and evil, and it just hit right in all the right ways. But that's because Kathleen Gotti just is such a pro.
Well, I love that. I love when Brick goes, is it kind of bad for me to want to see a Liesl, Cyrus, and Carly's like, yes, it is. Like, okay.
Well, we're with you, Britta. Like, I was with her. I'm like, oh no, I want to see that too, because if anybody can handle Cyrus, it's Joshua Ulbrich. It's like,
it would be good. Yes, it would be good.
I love that their relationship has gotten so much better. Like with Brick being like, oh my God, are you two a thing, being that cute mother-daughter? Because I know Kathleen told us, like, she didn't like the way that Ulbrich treated Britta, and likes the fact that they've sort of mended fences, and she's a better mother, because that character could have been written off if it wasn't for such, and both of them, if it wasn't for the performances of Kelly and Kathleen. Like, that we love them and we want to see more of them, so it's nice to see that they've written them as more rootable.
Well, the Scotty Liesl thing, and then Britt finding out, her face had me laughing. I was like, oh my God. She's like, Mutter. It's like, don't look at me like that. I have desires. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I have desires. Yeah, that was so mother-daughter. That was cute.
It was so mother-daughter. I was busting up. So Frank, what do you think about this Scotty Liesl kind of thing? They're continuing it apparently.
Well, it's great for that. I don't know if I need to see scenes of like Scotty jumping all over Liesl in the elevator as it's closing.
Why not, Frank?
Yeah, it was adorable. Oh my God, Frank, you're such a hater. They were adorable.
All right, hello. Hello. They're a mature couple, Frank. Nobody's young and beautiful. Hello. They're beautiful older.
Yeah. And I really don't understand why Scotty felt the need to come to Britt's office. Like, he knew where she was. Why did she need, he had to knock on the door, come in? I mean, I guess that's how you can have that scene to happen, but it still seemed like weird. It's like, dial it back, Scotty. All right.
I like it. I'm all in.
It's adorable. I'm with you, James. Like, adorable.
But she had to, but the impetus, there was a great story too, because it was impetus like, we have to protect her. So what's going on? He was like, is there anybody you care about? She's like, oh, I guess my mother. I mean, I guess it's kind of like
that was cute. And then cute. Scotty thought it was a lie too. He's like, oh, I thought you just wanted to be with me.
I know. And so it was that again, another coupling would have never guessed in a million years, would have never put them together. It works.
But it makes sense. It like because of their love of Franco.
I mean, I did like to see Scotty manhandle Peter, which is always good.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
I think the frustrating thing maybe for me with our current crop of bad guys, Peter and Cyrus, is that they're being kind of treated the same way, where it's just like two bad guys that are constantly, even though everybody knows that they're bad, they just constantly keep denying that they are, and it just gets a little repetitive with these scenes. So you just need to like let's move it to the next step, where it's, you know, somebody's arrested, somebody's put on trial or whatever.
Every villain is the hero of their own story. And when people believe they're the villain, they're not even the worst villain. I mean, Frank, come on. We watch the comic book crap. Like, we read the comic book crap. That is what it is. Like, they all think they're the good guy. But really, they're the worst.
But isn't that, and I was going to ask you, isn't that the whole thing, that villains think that they're heroes, right? And
yeah.
They don't see themselves as, that's not wrong. That's a very superhero villain thing. I thought so too. But I like them together. So it's kind of fun. Do we like that Finn was kissing on Chase and like, you're my son, and are we transitioning over to that, or are we still brothers to you?
Brothers.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I swear Cyrus switched the test. Like, and I do like this because, I mean, Michael Easton has been working it out. Like, everything, like with Liz, with Anna, with Chase, like, he is just hitting it out of the ballpark. So for that part, I enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a storyline that has been popular by any means, but I like the family. I like Finn. I like Chase. And I want to know where it's leading, though. This is me. I was like, a storyline itself, it's good, but it's just, most of us with soaps, we look to see where it's going to go. And I know that there was a last minute change with it, and I'm not sure why, but it is interesting to see the direction. And, hopefully it does lead to Hayden's return. I think that's what we're all hoping for. And Brooklyn and Chase, Willow, leave him alone.
I know that people are talking about everybody says brothers. I'm curious. Is this family popular? Is it not? I mean, I can't tell.
Well,
I don't.
They're super hot. So like, I don't understand, but I do constantly see. I think people are more. If Elizabeth had her family on the show, people probably would be more supportive. But let's face it, thinks anytime new people come on the show, they should be related to Elizabeth. And I'm not disagreeing per se, but we have to sometimes move on if we tried that so many times. And Rebecca Budding is still out there. Hayden is still out there. So if y'all want Liz's family, let's pick the most important person that we all like and not pretend like we care about Sarah or Jeff. And if we can't get MacGyver, what's the point? But with Finn and with Gregory Harrison and with Kim Delaney, that is the family. That is who we have. And they're all great people and they're all great actors. So I, again, don't understand the ire because, again, it's like a family of 10s. Who cares? Gregory Harrison, Michael Easton, Josh Wickard. Just saying, guys, I hate to break it to you, but soaps, this is what they were for. The hot guys. They were written by women for women. So guess what?
That part's true. Yeah, that part's true. That is true.
Yeah, it was like, it's about the hotties. I hate to break it to you, but
yeah, I mean, the Chase / Finn family are all good with me. I just feel like so far, like Jackie and you. So if they are going to be sticking around, I'd like to see some better use of them.
Yeah, I would love to see more of them.
Yeah, I would too. We can't forget some folks in the chat room already hated it already.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
So,
I'm like,
here we
oh
go.
my God. Yeah, they're not Liz's family, but Jesus and Louise, they're a family of 10s. Get over it.
Yes. So the other storyline that's going on, of course, that I still kind of enjoy on some levels, like a whole different show, is the Tano. But the part that got a little crazy, of course, so Jackson's fine.
No need for Jax in this storyline.
Exactly. But we have Josh and Trina go take her mother's car to go get Jax. And then this guy's like, Mrs. Dr. Robinson, is that you? I'm like, God, it's just so funny. It's my mother. It's so funny. That little scene. Josh.
That guy was really hot. Like I kind of wish that there was more of that. Again, guys, like this is what they're for. That the mechanic that came to help out. Like, why is he only in one scene? Just saying.
Oh, that's all he got. He got his under 5. He's like, I got my under 5. I'm good. That's a term at home, you guys. That's a
under 5.
Under 5. And so then okay, so then they arrive, but Trina's going to the Tano to get some food.
I can't stand the storyline. The storyline it's worn out its welcome with me. It was fine for a little bit, but you gotta put the gas to the storyline because it is awful. And to see like Nina having to deliver lines like, oh, and so I guess she's probably just gonna go to the drive-through and then come back, right? Like, stop it. Nobody talks like this. What are you doing?
Yeah, those lines, I'm with you, Frank. But overall, I enjoy Nina and Sonny having fun because, let's face it, the Nina character needed a revamp. Sonny probably enjoys that Nina's volume is a little lower.
Yes, and the whole thing is, see,
he's so happy too.
He's happy. He's happy, but also I was gonna say, this whole thing is, it's going to backfire in her face. This Elijah dude, of course, is still on the tail.
Yeah, he's a little weird.
A little weird.
I don't really need that.
Did he start? Was he behind the robberies? Who knows? Whatever.
Probably.
He probably is, right. But for me, it was this whole thing of I might be able to get you see I almost said Wally. What the fuck is the kid's name? Wiley. What the fuck is his name?
Yeah.
But she was like, but you're not guaranteeing me that I'm in his life. You're not guaranteeing me. You're not really guaranteeing me anything. I'm trying to get me to go back with you to Port Charles on a maybe, possibly.
At least Nina had a backbone. Like,
yes.
And I will just say, like, not only do I like Sonny or Mike more in the storyline because Maurice he's having a good time, and I like him opposite of Phyllis and Lenny. I think that he does really well with them. But with Nina, it's like she's a person again. She has her own thoughts and feelings. And with Jax, like Jax is a loser. Like, I hate to say it, but I don't care about Jax, and I'm not really interested in his storyline going forward. I love Joss, and I love their scenes together. And I like Jax with Carly. But the whole thing with Nina is like, nope, over and done with, dude. Like, I appreciate the fact that they're writing her a little bit stronger and why she didn't get so desperate and want to just be with Wiley. It's like, no, good for her. Good for her. And I don't even care if she's the bad guy in the storyline because you're the bad guy up against Carly, who's done some up stuff to you. So, get with Sonny. It's adorable. Like, she's falling for those dimples, and Mike is a better guy. As much as y'all want to act like this is so horrible, let's not forget Jason doesn't remember Jason Quartermain. He's Jason Morgan. He's a whole different person. And while the people he's with are different people, Nina and Sonny's relationship, or Mike, is a little different too. She's falling in love with this guy. She's not falling in love with Sonny Corinthos. So you can put a bad label on it all you want, but she's interested in this guy. It really isn't portrayed as predatory. She may know who he was, but she's interested in who he is.
It's going to backfire. Yeah. It's going to backfire.
No. Oh, it will, because this is the Carly show. But to me, it's like everybody that wants to put a bad label on this, it's like, because Nina didn't give two craps about Sonny Corinthos, but she's like, this guy's adorable. It's not just about sticking it to Carly.
So yeah, I feel like the show's
but
like
that's a bonus.
Plenty of scenes of like giving reasons for Nina to feel justified in her actions. Like, oh, Sonny, he brings danger wherever he goes, and I can never have Joss, be around gunfire again. So it's, so Nina can feel vindicated, like, or validated. It's like, yes, I'm doing the right thing by not telling anybody that I know that Sonny's alive and is here in Nixon Falls.
I do wish that she was not validated in her decision, that she was just like, fuck Carly, like, he's better off, like, just more came to that conclusion on her own. Like, because again, I think we can all agree that this guy doesn't have the baggage that Sonny does. This guy is trying to do right by, and in a lot of ways, this guy that he's being is better than Sonny. And it does make sense that Nina's attracted to this guy. But again, it's like if we were supposed to accept that Jason Morgan is a different character, we gotta accept that this is a different character too. And if I like put it in that parameter, it makes sense. But yeah, I do agree that the adding the extra layer, and just like with her with Josslyn and some of the lines, you're like, that kind of takes us out of it. But if it was just like Nina sees how happy he is and is like, I don't want to mess that up, that would have worked a lot better.
Yeah, I don't need to see. I mean, already from like the teasers for Monday, she's gonna race to the Tano and have an awkward conversation with Trina.
Yeah,
it's like I don't need to see. Like, please give me no more scenes of Nina finding somebody else from Port Charles that were on the Tano and then having to awkwardly explain why you have to leave right now. You can't be here. You gotta go. Like, oh, those scenes are terrible to watch. I can't stand the storyline. I can't stand it.
See, I like the storyline, but I agree with that part of it. I'm like, that part bugs me. And I'm like, and Sonny walks out, Trina walks in. They just miss each other.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, I'm over that
It's
part.
a little too much to suspend belief, but so is aging people. Like, I remember when Molly was born, and now we're close to the same age. Like,
right. So the guy who plays Elijah is Dan White. Marlon Wallace has a crush on him.
oh,
Great.
There you go.
Yeah.
More or less. I mean, he's not bad looking.
He's cute.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
but just like I don't need to see like him stepping out of the Tano and like getting on his phone like, we got a problem here and you got to find out.
Oh.
Like nobody can find out anything about Mike. It's impossible. How are we ever going to figure out who this guy is? Like, come on, 2021.
It is sad because the story is ultimately set up for Nina to be the fall guy, like her falling in love with Mike or Sonny or whoever you want to call him, in them getting together is just a catalyst to create more drama with her and Carly, her and Wiley. I mean, and we know this is all set up for that, where it's like, probably Nina's swan song, but I'm enjoying the parts of it like that because I do think they have chemistry. It looks fun. Maurice is having a good time. Cynthia's having a good time. Like, those parts are good, but it is sad that most of us see the writing on the wall, that it is like everything about Carly, and eventually we'll come to Nina's the bad guy. This was all bad. This was all you justifying your actions, when it's like, maybe Sonny was finally happy.
Yeah, because I really I'm with Frank from last week. I need that 5 families get together and get that shit over with. I don't. I'm tired of
drawn that shit out forever.
Like,
and now Brick is gonna help. Like, my birthday
buddy. Brick. And he charmed Laura too. Laura's like, okay, who this? I was like, and I was like, yeah, and he was charming everybody. And because in real life, Stephen A. Smith's like 6'7". I met him once. He's like he's huge. I mean, I'm tall, but he's like really tall. But he was like, okay, Mayor Collins, thanks for everything. I'm like, okay. He went out, so Brooke's gonna help. But some just like, it's so just like, oh my God, can it hurry up already? Happen already, please. Please.
Yeah, and I don't know, the part about that conversation between Brick and Laura, when Brick says, oh yeah, Sonny talk about you all the time. Like, really?
He probably did, Frank.
Yeah, like, they are friends, Frank.
That's about your old time, Frank.
My friend Brick. Yeah, like, if you had a friend named Brick, Frank, you would talk about him all the time.
Exactly.
Especially if he talked like this. Like, this is my best Stephen A. Smith impersonation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On, Frank.
How about them Cowboys? Ooh. Oh. I hope that wasn't offensive to anyone.
Side note, if I forget, people will start screaming at me. We got to see Danny with Jason this time. So Jake had a time with Jason in prison and jail, and Danny had a time with his father in hospital. I forgot what I said.
As much. Oh, go Frank.
No, just I don't know why we keep dragging this out about Liz just saying, "Oh wait, maybe I made a mistake," but we're just dragging this out. So, come on,
Frank is what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And so I'm like, because Homeboy's come back this month as whoever we don't know, but Roger Howard will be back.
I love that what the little nuggets we have that a lot of the internet has assumed he'll be naked, and if that doesn't come true, I'm gonna be mad, and this is on you guys. So yeah, like naked Roger or nothing at this point. Am I right, guys? Like the way that you all took that tease, you set it up for us to all believe that we'd be seeing some sexy Roger scenes. So hopefully that pans out. But yeah, what we're talking about? Oh, Danny and Jason. Less important. But yeah, I think the kid who plays Danny is really sweet, and those scenes are cute. And it didn't bother me. I actually liked the Steve Burton as a dad scenes. The only part that bothered me was Sam. Like, I hate to be a hater, but I am. It is what it is.
Anything. She's just standing there.
Yeah, she was just like, all right, my kid, like, here we go. And we had to be like, we had to literally let Sam usher it in just to be like, placate that group of people. You know, you people.
Well, the thing is, that was her guarantee that episode. You walk your son into the
because you're here because you're the mother of Jason's kid. Exactly. And
That's
you know,
right.
I may hate that as sexist as it is sometimes, but with certain people, it's like, nope, that's why you're here.
I mean, it's sad to say like how many scenes that I watch with Sam in there that just end with me saying "Shut up, Sam" out loud to the TV while I'm just like, "Shut up, Sam."
I love it. I do. I know.
That's why I love Frank. It's like we can always agree. Shut up, Sam.
Yeah.
That's a new thing. Have I missed anything?
No, and I mean, I certainly agree, James. Drawing, teasing out and drawing out a storyline is part of the soap opera genre. But we've talked about this in the past before, but I feel like GH is pretty terrible about getting that pacing right. Like, yes, you want to draw it out to build anticipation, but they more often than not will go way past the time that any audience is still viably interested in a story, and then do a watered down revelation, and you're like, oh, okay, great.
Right. And he mentioned Scout, of course. Like, well, that's not his child.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm with you, James. It was like, oh yeah, Scout come. Oh, that ain't his child. Like, trust me, I am not a Jason hater by any means. I have hated most of his relationships, but Britt and Robin, that works for me, and that's where we're going now. Sorry to his baby mamas, and sorry, liaison.
Robin's coming back for a moment.
Yes.
So.
Thank you. But yeah, it's like scouting his child. Like, no need for that. Like,
yes.
She is Drew.
Roger, to answer your question, we have no idea. They keep it under wraps. We have no idea who there's speculation, Drew, of her other things. We have no idea. We have no idea.
Somebody that really loved Franco so much, they did plastic surgery to get his face to look like Franco. So.
Well, there were a lot of Franco files, Frank. So
that's true. That's very true.
I do think that is a better possibility than Drew. And I'm sorry, because I hate to break it to you guys. One thing I do know is that it ain't Drew, because Drew would be tied to Scout and tied to Sam. And I don't think they're interested in going that route.
Okay. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. Because sadly, Drew was ruined by certain aspects of a storyline. And as much as we wish that Jason Swin, played by the beautiful Billy Miller, or even if it was Steve Burton, Scout's daddy now has to be Jason. That's all we'll say.
Yeah. And yes, May 21st will be the Son Donnelly Memorial. That's coming up this month. Yes, and they're wondering about, there's something else they're wondering about that they brought up. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Yeah, Sam's attitude towards Britt. Yeah, like it must suck to see that Jason's moving on. I guess that's why.
Also, another thing is, I do wish the cast lines would show, because I remember when Nicholas said, "You don't know about my family," but that also means Valentine is not a Cassadine, biologically, but he's of that. And Alexis called him family. He's like, well, we're not really related, but it's kind of cute. They're like family. They are. Valentine's holding back. I think Valentine could really take him out, but he's holding back because he loves Anna. He's trying to save you. I think you can take him out. I want to see some Cassadine stuff.
Oh, me too. More sexy Cassadine fights.
Right.
Like that's what I want from GH. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do I miss any other storylines? I think we caught everything. That was everything for the last 60 minutes. I think that's everything that's worth mentioning. Okay, so that's everything worth mentioning, you guys.
Mm.
So when's the next SoapCon Lives or anything? What do you know what's happening next?
Well, I will just say stay tuned. Go to
Sure.
soapconlive.com because if you want to meet the GH cast, we did a panel with yesterday, which you can catch on the locker room or on soapconlive.com. The General Hospital panel included Ken Schreiner, Scotty Baldwin himself, Bobby, Jackie Zeman, as well as Dr. Tony Jones himself, Brad Mall, and Shell Danielson, who was Dominique, the only mother to Scotty's children with that are still alive. Like with Dominique, there they
Yep.
had Serena. So even though Lucy carried her, I know some people like
Yes.
questions, and she looks so much like Lynn Herring. They could be sisters.
I know.
A
Yeah.
lot of people confuse them, but it's like no, Dominique's egg in Lucy is how Serena was made.
Yes.
But yeah, you can meet and greet them virtually, of course, at soapcon.com. Get those orders in by May 7th because their date is May 8th for all the GH people. So, and stay tuned because we will have more SoapCon lives here soon.
Yes. And oh yeah, folks. Oh, yeah, there was Michael, Willow, and Chase. I don't even care. I forgot to mention them. I don't. Is there anything to mention? I mean,
Yeah,
No.
Michael and Chase didn't get back together, so I didn't care.
Michael is exactly. There you go. Thanks, Lucretia. That's all about that storyline, folks. Now we mentioned everybody.
Sorry, that's who matters.
Yeah, I agree with you. So now that's we mentioned that storyline. Frank, where can they find you on the social media if they want to see you be happy?
Oof, there's nowhere that doesn't exist. But find me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie.
Lucretia, do your thing.
Since I'm Lacretia Line, guys, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet since there is only one. And be sure to visit soapconlive.com, the first Comic-Con for soaps, and you can still meet and greet your favorite stars from GH, One Life to Live, Days of Our Lives, As the World Turns, and The Doctors, of course. We have all sorts of fun stuff from the cast of those shows.
And you can follow me. We're all James Law Jr. is sold at James Law Jr. and all social media platforms. Being double vaccinated, I'm going out in the world again. I saw Marissa Serafini. She and I do get us too. We do the When Calls to Heart after show, our very popular show, those Hardys. Tomorrow night we'll be back at our regular time. No guests, just us. But the season finale will be on my birthday, May 10th. And we have the executive producer, Brian Berg. Next week we are back. JH is going to be here. All this stuff's going to be here. I know it's Mother's Day. So I know some of you may not be here because you're doing things to your mothers. I don't like my mother, so I'm not doing anything with it. Just kidding. I'm going to see her probably sometime that day. But it's my birthday also weekend, so we're going to figure that out somehow. But we will be here. I mean, I'm going to be here. I don't know about these two. I'm going to be here next weekend talking about it at 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
But we're doing a special announcement. The Y&R and Bold and the Beautiful, we're doing it as one big show. So that'll be at 10 a.m. next week. We're doing it as one big show all together. I'm trying to bring some guests on and everything. So it's going to be just all that next week. But we will be here. Even though it's Mother's Day, we will celebrate the mothers of Josslyn or something. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. Also check out my other shows, of course, here on JLJ Media. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Thanks to the Facebook groups that let me share this with them on GH. There's like 20 of them. And thank you so much for letting me share this on their pages. Thanks for making this show the #1 show on the network, audio and video. Thank you so much for that. I guess you like us. You really like us, which is not what actually Slyfield said. It's one of the Mandela effect. I had a whole thing about that the other day. He didn't say, "Look, I'm your father," either. He doesn't say that either. It says, "No, I'm your father." It's all another story. But check those out also. And we will see you next week, everybody. Please be nice to each other if you can. And we'll see you next time.